Hello, my loves, and welcome to yet another Look Ahead Tarot reading. Today, we're going to be looking at the month of September, and we're just going to hop right in. If this popped up on your YouTube discovery page, this is for you. So, you know what I mean? But, if you're not looking for any advice or guidance right now, that's completely up to you as well. But I'm going to say our initial prayer, and we're going to get started. So, I pray that our ancestors, spirit guides, and angels that are in alignment with our highest and greatest good come to assist us and assist me in delivering these divine messages to you. My intention today is to help you get aligned with their highest and greatest self. Joy, healing, and the most authentic version of yourself. And I pray that our ancestors, spirit guides, and angels protect our minds, bodies, and spirits as we embark on the journey of receiving messages from the Most High, right? I also hope that we get blessed with the gifts of wisdom and discernment so that we may make actions and take actions that are empowered and in alignment with our highest and greatest good, right? With that said, let's get into it. Find yourself in a comfy position. Find yourself some snacks, so on and so forth. I do want to apologize that this video is coming a little bit late. But for those of you who follow me on the Patreon, where I teach tarot and we tap into hoodoo and spell work and all the other things, this is a little late just because my mom had surgery last month and I was spent the last 2 weeks of August helping her get recovered and healed and all that good stuff. And healing and recovering has gone really, really well. And I want to thank all of y'all for sending over the good vibes and prayers. I definitely appreciate it. Without further ado, what is it that the Most High would like us to know about the month of September? Any energies? Anything we need clarity on? What is the month of September going to look like for this collective? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Can y'all let me know how the sound is as well? I've been trying some new camera setups and the camera's been looking good. The girlies have been liking the camera. It's the audio that has been giving me some trouble. So please let me know. Okay, the month of September. What is the month of September looking like? So here's what I'm getting. I'm getting that many of us, we're not sure where to go. Right? We still have tons of outer planets moving in retrograde. Right, and I know that Mercury retrograde is over, but just because Mercury retrograde is over, don't mean that we're all gung-ho and we know where to go, right? We got to look at the complete astrological context. And just what I'm getting here with this Page of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting a really big sense that some of us, we don't know where to place our time, our energy, or our resources, right? Page of Swords, we have a lot of ideas about where it is that we want to move forward. And some of us, I'm also getting a really strong sense that we know what next steps that we want to take, right? But there's this anxiety, there's this fear, there's this doubt, there's this control here with the Devil and the Five of Cups in reverse, about what it is that we need to do, right? Hangman in reverse, I'm getting a really, 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 really strong sense that, we don't necessarily have to take action right now, right? Some of us, we need to meditate a little bit more as things continue to develop and unfold. We are walking into eclipse season. Later on in this month, the Wheel of Fortune is saying we're exactly where we're supposed to be, right? This place where we're thinking, we're not sure what next step to take. We're not sure how to spend our time, our money, or our resources. And we're exactly in our fields is a good place to be right now because things are locked up. High Priestess, yes, this connects to our intuition, which I'm getting a strong sense of right now, but she also is connected to things that are in secret, things that we can't see, things that are being hidden from us, right? And with that down, they're being hidden from us because we don't know what is on the other side. We don't know what the new beginning is coming, right? This Death card in reverse, it still feels like there are parts of ourselves that need to be broken down, right? That need to be changed, that need to be released. And the funny thing about the death card, it usually points to things that we have a hesitancy or resistance to changing or transmuting or transforming around. But I'm getting that the transmutation process is actually occurring and taking place. It's just quite slow, right? It's a little slow. It's a little painful. It's a little anxiety inducing. And many of us were thinking about all it is that we have to lose, right? Many of us, we don't want to lose things. We don't want to be caught up in loss. Again, Five of Cups in reverse. There's more energy about like emotional loss. I'm not getting a whole bunch of loss of resources, which may be there, with the state of the economy. That's just not what I'm getting picked up on, right? I feel like this is more emotional than anything, especially with this devil card. Because like with this devil card, it connects to like our obsessions or our fascinations or our temptations that exist in the physical realm. And like this is just an example. But let's say like you have a car and you love your car and it's a really, really expensive car, and then you get in a car accident, God forbid, knock on wood, right? But you're distraught not because you lost the car, but you lost the car you lost the feeling that the car gave you. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? It's not that you lost the car, you no longer have a way to get around. It's that like this was your favorite car, there's history, there's emotions attached to this car, and all of that feels like it's gone. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like you're gonna find another car that's gonna give you the same like boost of energy, this feeling of fulfillment. Right? It's really like the loss of a feeling that I'm picking up on, not a loss of resources. Right? And it's really interesting, right? Because it's because of an obsession or an attachment to something in the physical realm. Yeah, let me get some more clarity. What else? Can we clarify some more of this energy, please and thank you? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Just saw 7:33 on the clock, 7:37. Okay. Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Three of Wands. This isn't going to be for everybody, but somebody has their ancestors. I was going to say delivering blessings, but the word smuggle came through. If it don't apply, let it fly. But somebody's ancestors, they're smuggling blessings for you, right? Again, that's not for everybody. It's just for a handful of people. But going back to the larger collective with this Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and Three of Wands. Right, taking me back to that Devil card I'm picking up on, right? Didn't I say sevens and threes? Seven of Pentacles, seven and threes give us tens. Again, this is something that you've always had. It's like this Ten of Pentacles feels like it really is something. It's a comfort item of value, and you might have even grown up, right? Again, going back to the example of a car, you always grew up with a 2-car garage where there were 2 cars in it. You know what I mean? And something about having a car, a nice car, a BMW, a Lexus, 2 cars in the garage, whatever it is, it's just really, really comforting. It's just like really, 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 really comforting. And I'm getting a sense that like it's being taken away. It's being taken away so that you can have something new. So you can have something new, a new feeling of fulfillment, something that sparks a new sort of emotional joy in us, right? But we can't really see that right now, going back to that High Priestess, because it's hidden. We can't really see that right now because we're not supposed to see it. You know what I mean? Right? But we're so caught up in the loss of the feeling of this one thing that we don't necessarily see the potential coming our way, right? Or the potential to receive something new. And this new thing might not be as satisfying with this Page of Cups, right? The Page of Cups, it's very flighty, it's curiosity, it's fun, it's cute, it's flirtatious, but it's not something you have a lot of emotional attachment to, right? What else do we have? But would you look at that? It's not something we have in a lot of emotional attachment to, but it's definitely something that we're praying for. This Three of Pentacles, I heard the word praying, but it's in alignment with our values. It's in alignment with who we want to be. It's in alignment with our complete, emotional fulfillment, right? With the Sun card. It's everything that we want. This complete sense of like broadening. My chest feels really, really open. Somebody's doing yoga. If we don't apply, let it fly. Yoga is like of relevance. Um, but yeah, this just feels really, really good. This feels really, really good because we're starting to collaborate with things that we've been looking for, right? With this Three of Wands, we're looking for something to come in. Eight of Wands, we want it to come in quickly, but once it comes in, we're like, oh, this is really what I wanted. But again, so many of us were caught up in this feeling of losing this attachment of this thing that we already had. It's very, very new. We won't see it coming. Chariot card. We won't even expect it to pop into our laps and fall into our laps that way. But once it's here, with this King of Wands, once it's here, we're gonna be open to taking the ride. Right? We're gonna be on the road. You feel me? Let me get us an action plan, and then we're gonna move on to Oracle cards. It's pretty simple today. Can we get an action plan for the collective? What is it that we should focus on? What is it that we should be paying attention to over the next couple of weeks of September? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Action plan for the month of September. Okay, World card, Page of Wands. I'm just getting that like being open to new things. Would you look at that? Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Again, we had the Page of Cups in the last one. I said there was like some old emotional feeling that we were attached to, right? And not being so attached to the idea of what we think is going to happen and how we think things are going to be, right? And like, take this with a grain of salt. This Three of Cups, right? um some some of us, we have friends that mean well. Some of us, we have friends that mean well, but they don't know either. No tea, no shade, right? And we're all just trying to do our best. We're all trying to support each other. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have an idea of what the divine and the Most High has set up. Like so many of us with this World card, we've completed a cycle, and the Most High is asking us to be open. This Page of Wands is very open to exploring, doing new things, things that are like sparking their desires. And even with that Death card, I'm seeing the Death card and the Devil card again, like running away from things that just feel emotionally complicated. If it feels too emotionally like heavy or complicated, like girl, we could really pack that up. We could really pack that up and say, if it's tugging on my heartstrings like this, girl, you know what I mean? It may not be that good. Queen of Pentacles, and I have everything that I'm ever going to have. For this is like the connection to the Most High, to the divine. I'm gonna just be honest with the energy that I'm picking up on. That like as long as like this collective here that continues to deepen your relationship with God and the Most High, like your cup is always gonna be full. Your cup is always, 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 always going to be full. You know what I mean? That's not to say that things won't be hard or, challenges won't come, but it's if you lose something, it's because something better, something new, something more fulfilling, something that you're going to value a lot more is coming through the door. But before we get that, there's this like exhaustive emotional process of like, on one hand it's emotional, but another hand it's just like, it's just anxiety inducing, right? With this Ace of Swords in reverse and this Three of Cups, I'm getting that like so many of us were just talking about. I heard the word end times. I don't think that's what it is, but it's like in line with that. You know what I mean? Oh, we're going into another depression. Oh, things are so hard, so on and so forth. It kind of feels like taking several steps back so that we can like spring board forward. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting an image of it's a slingshot. It's a slingshot, right? Where it's rubbery, you pull it back, and then they're like really showing me the fibers of the rubber of the slingshot where like it stretches, it hurts, it's kind of like dry skin or like cracked lips. These images are crazy. um but and then when you pull the rubber, it kind of like tears and it hurts a little bit, but it allows you to launch the ball so far forward. And that's what's going on right now. There's kind of like tears, and we're being like pulled back really harshly. And we don't want to do that. We kind of just want to move forward with this Knight of Wands in reverse, Tower card in reverse, Ten of Swords, right? But as like as the things that are ripping and flaking off of this, like of this, what is this? I was not bungee cord, but a slingshot, the pieces of rubber or stretchy material that are ripping and flaking off of this like slingshot, you know what I mean? These are things that actually need to fall away in order for us to springboard forward, right? And there's also like with this Nine of Cups in reverse, there's some value in identifying the things that are dissatisfying. There's something about being deeply, deeply dissatisfied and deeply, deeply frustrated and deeply, deeply irritated that actually allows people to make change. I was kind of having this like conversation with my dad the other day just about how like we were disagreeing, but he thinks that like anger is a useless emotion. I completely disagree. I think that anger is a very strong catalyst for change, right? And that's kind of what I was getting from that Nine of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like the complete dissatisfaction, depression, irritation, hatred, frustration, whatever it is that so many of us are feeling right now. It is those emotions that are actually going to springboard, propel us forward into the future that we're looking into. Yeah. Get an oracle card from the Moonology Oracle deck, please and thank you. I got two, and I'm gonna read both of them. Meditate and contemplate new moon in Pisces, which we don't have coming up. We do have a full moon in Pisces coming up. And then new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Two new moons. I think I'll read this one first. New moon in Sagittarius. New moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life, metaphorically, by exchanging big ideas with others, or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of a gift, even if it simply means widening your worldview. Attune to the moon. Count your blessings, literally. Write them down or say them aloud. Additional meanings for this card. You need to laugh more. This is a wonderful time to start a course of study or teaching. Don't be narrow-minded. Start a week of gratitude practice via Facebook, a journal, or blog. The teaching. Sagittarius is the sign of fun, travel, exploration, and the great cosmic quest. It's the sign of big ideas. Its energy is expansive, upbeat, lucky, and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius exudes all of this, as does this card whenever you draw it. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and an optimistic energy could attract all manner of good things if you tap into the energy by expecting the best. New moon in Pisces. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before, and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, And the new moon in Pisces card can suggest a last ditch chance to make your dreams come true. Attune to the moon. Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. Excuse me, truth burp. Additional meanings for this card. Face your fears. They may be holding you back. The situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om Namo Narayani. I totally butchered that. Avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. And then the teaching. Pisces is the sign of reveries and mysteries, or depths of emotion, idealism and hopeless romantics. It's the sign of water and the unconscious. Its energy is deep like watery depths. The new moon in Pisces indicates a time to listen to your feelings and to allow your emotions to reign free. Whatever you're feeling as you pull this card is more likely than the truth, unless you've been kidding yourself somehow, and only you know if that's the case or not, right? And then again, this is just something that came through intuitively. Again, as we're going into like eclipse season, and these new moons happening. I could be wrong. I feel like I need to double check the charts, but I feel like they're going to be happening in Virgo and Pisces. They may be happening in Libra and Aries again, but I feel like that was last eclipse season. Anyway, with this new moon in Pisces, I feel like even though the full moon we have coming up is going to be in Pisces, if it falls in line with the eclipses, this is really going to be a chance to create a new emotional reality. You know what I mean? Dream and dream big. That's been coming through so much. If you can fantasize, if you can dream it, and if you can pull it from the multi-dimensional realms of the Most High, you can actually catapult it. You know, there's that word again, into your physical reality. You just got to be open and willing to do that. Yeah? Okay. I'm going to get another card from the African Goddess Rising. If you're interested in any of the tarot decks or oracle cards that I'm using, all of those can be found in my Amazon storefront. Can I get an oracle card, please, and thank you? African Goddess Rising. This is the one. Level up. Who do we have at the bottom of the deck? If Ayazan, Miracles, which feels really good. But the one we have, I think I'm going to read that one as well. Queen Ya Asintawa. Again, I'm so sorry to these African goddesses if I'm butchering these. Queen Ya Asintawa. Level up. These feel good. It's like the energy here feels so goddamn good. My crown is tingling and buzzing, and as I'm channeling, it usually like just feels good, but I don't know. I feel like I just jumped up a couple of octaves. Let's start with 39. Queen Ya Asantewa. Okay, Miss Mamas. Okay. Goddess of leveling up. Ashanti, Ghana. Temple of the Queens in the element of bush. Queen Ya Asantewa. Asantewa. It might be Asantewa. Queen Ya Asantewa was a mother, farmer, and the warrior queen who led the War of the Golden Stool. The Golden Stool, throne of the Ashanti Empire, holds the reins of Kra, life force energy. Queen Ya Asantewa's guidance. Raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. Ashe, embodiment. Time to level up. This is your season for a quantum leap. You have prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, and neither does growth. A quantum leap feels drastic and huge. But the secret is that quantum leaps happen little by little. So what inspired actions helps you level up? Connecting to spirit with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualization is a great start. And the goddess declaration is divine timing is on my side. This is something else I want to share. I was listening to this earlier, right? I forgot what podcast I was listening to. It might have been Amanda Seals. But they were talking about how, like, in life right now, like, everything seems so extreme when it comes to, the climate crises and, the the genocide and in Palestine, and I heard everybody in Canada just stopped paying their bills, and unfair wages. The list goes on and on and on, right? The thing is that, like, they were saying on this podcast that, like, right now we don't actually need something logical that makes sense, right? In order to get the progress that we're looking for, we can do anything that we want. It feels like it's too late for so many of these issues, right? But what actually makes sense is that, like, we collectively have to take a quantum leap forward. You know what I mean? We have to adjust our belief systems. And once we, as communities, as a larger collective, change our belief systems for what's possible and the type of world that we can live in, we can then all take that quantum leap into a healed, better future for ourselves, right? But right now it just feels so hard because we can't see the way out, and it feels like we're already behind, right? All of that said, again, I'm getting an image of that slingshot again. As things get, like, I kind of don't want to say this, but it's just what the energy is coming through. As things get worse, know that they're going to get worse before they get better. But that worsening process is a part of our changing our belief system. And then this other energy is also coming through. It's like, yes, changing our belief system, but, like, kind of like firing us up. Like, things are going to get so bad that, like, so many of us were going to get fed up and be like, well, something's got to change. This ain't it anymore. You know what I mean? We're done doing the same old things because the same old things got us to where we are. And so we just have to do something else. Right? And this also falls in line with this card, right? Ayazan Miracles. Let me read this one, see what this one says. Right? Quantum leaps and miracles. They go, like, hand in hand. Okay, the goddess of miracles, Haiti. The temple of high priestesses and the elements of bush. Mambo priestess Ayazan is the wise Haitian Iwa deity, queen of the market, riches, and sacred initiations. Respect her as the highly venerated spirit of the first priestess. Ayazan's guidance. You are a magnet for miracles. I want to know how to say her name right. If you know if I'm how to say it, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Ayazans, Ayizans, Ayizans. That sounds better. Ayizans. If you know how to pronounce it, let me know in the comment section. You are a magnet for miracles. You are a miracle. What if you truly allowed yourself to believe? All things are possible. Dare to dream big. Dare to dream bigger. And then the embodiment. You claim you want miracles, but you take in, I'll believe it when I see it approach. Ooh, not a read. What if you will see it after you believe it? Believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world you want for yourself. You want for yourself. You can be your true self. Do what awakens your soul and have your desires. This is life's miracle. If you haven't witnessed your miracle yet today, ask for it and allow it in. And then the goddess declaration, my life is full of miracles. I'm eating these two cards up. Them two cards were really, really good. Those were delicious, delectable. Okay, I got one more. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Okay, it's like 30 minutes. We're almost at the 30-minute timeline. And y'all just been here tapping into this collective reading. Can we get one more oracle card, please and thank you? This is going to be from the Herbology, the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck. Sorry. Ginseng, Magician. Excuse me. There's one at the bottom of the deck here. Echinacea, Destiny. I wasn't going to read it, but I really like Echinacea, so I'm going to read it. These were at the bottom of the deck. Let's start with Ginseng. I just love this. Thank y'all for allowing me to do this for you. Okay, upright. Master manifester, boundless energy, potential, resourcefulness, and expansion. Reversed, untapped talent, a lack of action, opportunities being missed, disbelief of innate powers, and then the astrological rulers are Uranus and Jupiter. Ginseng, like the magician in the tarot, embodies the wizardry and brilliance. You are a master manifester, and now is the time to sow the seeds of your dreams to bring your intentions to fruition. 3:01 on the clock. I am doing this in the middle of the night. The tools, skills, and wisdom you've gathered have led you to this moment. Ginseng's unique signature trait reminds you to keep a clear vision consistently. Unmotivated by ego, status, money, and vanity, that's that devil card we were looking at earlier, to manifest a deeply powerful and creative light in alignment to your higher self. Reversed, ginseng reminds you not to fall into the trap of empty intentions, just because of the obsessive focus on the end result. Deeply listen and realize to the wizard within, and act solely with intention for the greater good. Okay, and now we're going to go over to echinacea. Destiny, upright, will of change, life cycles, destiny, bigger vision, fortune, and fate. Reversed, karma, clinging to control, unwelcome change, cycles of suffering, a change is due. And the astrological rulers are Jupiter and Pluto. The snake eating its tail, the Ouroboros, is the wheel of change, resembling the cycles of life and death. The sun and moon orbit and spin the wheel of change, representing our earthly domain. The echinacea sprouting in the center represents evolutionary consciousness, unbound by the confines of destiny. Like the Wheel of Fortune, this card may signal a twist of fate, a time where something in life shifts us and reorients us elsewhere. Echinacea has shown up in your cards today to remind you that the universe is always in motion and nothing is by accident. The key to see through the cycles of destiny is to remain centered and fluid, flowing with the course of life. The elusive judgments of good and bad only limits the vision of the great understanding. Step back and observe the great vision at play, and be unbound by the passing influences. I'm going to show you these cards just so we can look at them. And there's a wheel on this one. This wheel of fortune has been doing its big one today. I don't feel like we spoke about the wheel with this card, but there's a wheel on it, right? And here's the one from Echinacea. Yes, my loves, but that's all I have for us. I hope this helps. Please thank your ancestor, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. If you want to join my tarot tribe over on Patreon, check that out in the description bar. I'm teaching tarot there. If you like the way I read tarot, if you want to learn how to read tarot, all that good stuff. Yeah, and you can find my other offerings down in the description bar. But I love y'all. Again, please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. Hit that subscription bar because I do this once a month. I'll also be uploading other pick a card readings and things of that nature. But I love you all. Please enjoy the rest of your month of September. And until next time, this is XMO. Bye-bye.